Good morning all. Today we are going to do a bit of tea trekking. If you remember, I have been doing these tea trails in and around Rozella. Once I also did a tea trek in Maskeliya Estate in close by Dalhousie or Nallathanniya. Today we are still in Nallathanniya after doing the Sripada trek yesterday. We are going to try and trek uphill to the Lakshapana Estate. I've heard this is a beautiful estate and also it produces one of the best tea in Sri Lanka or probably in the world. Beyond Lakshapana Estate is the Hamilton Estate. We are not climbing all the way uphill to the Hamilton Estate but only up to the Lakshapana Estate. Let's go on and see how this trek is going to be. This is the trail head actually. I can't quite call it a trail because this is the estate road. You can see on to the right is the main road between Nallathanniya and Maskeliya that goes all the way towards Hatton. That gets quite busy during the Siripada season, but these are the off-season times. So it's pretty much isolated and abandoned. But this Laxapana Estate road, as you can see, typical of the estate roads in a not very good condition. However, despite the road condition, the estate looks absolutely breathtaking when I have seen it during my hikes towards Sripada. So I wanted to come and have a look and see what we can see in this estate. We actually started our trek around 1239 meters elevation, and the Lakshapana Estate is located around 1300 to 1400 in terms of elevation. And I also plan to go and have a look around the Lakshapana tea factory, as well as there's a small lake of a sort. So I want to go and pay a visit to that also. So this trek is going to be approximately 2 kilometers in length, and we'll be getting to an elevation close to 1350 meters. Alright, let's carry on people. This view is going to blow your mind away. Just look at the beautiful and holy Sripada mountain in the distance. We are on our way to Lakshapana Estate. This is absolutely breathtaking views. This is a close-up view of Sripada mountain, looking on our way to Lakshapana Estate. The view is just out of this world, people. This is a general view around the Lakshapana Estate. Here on the Lakshapana Estate is the Sripada Forest Reserve. There are mountains called Dakinapura, Ballanbandihela, Aligoda Kanda, and Yakayandu Kanda and Gala, and also many other mountains. You can see the sun is just coming up. It's still early in the morning. Such a rewarding thing to do. Tea hike early in the morning. Alright, let's carry on. This is the Lakshmanati Estate sloping towards Nallathanniya Maskeliya road. Beyond that is the Seethagangula, the water stream coming from Sripada mountains and flows into Maskeliya reservoir, creating many waterfalls. The area down below is called as Mulgama village. Tea growing up into the small hills like this, looking so beautifully maintained, as if a velvet has laid on top of the mountain. So pretty. Just look at these people. So beautiful. I think this acts as a nice rain barrier along these ridges where the tea is grown. So beautiful. Just like a beautiful laid carpet. So pretty. Right, let's walk you a bit more on this state road. We just saw the Lakshapana Estate tractor going downhill. And they are just starting the day's work. Today being a working day, rather weekday. So there must be plenty happening in and around the estate as well as at the factory. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to go into the factory. If it is possible, that would be really fortunate. But I'm not holding my breath for that. Beyond the Lakshapana Estate, up into the mountains is the Hamilton Estate, where the boundary between Tea Estate and the Sripada Forest Reserve is. As I mentioned earlier, there are many beautiful mountains in and around Sripada Mountain, except that they are not accessible because they are deep in the jungle. Beautiful flowers growing along the estate road. This is the road that we came uphill. You can see the tea estate to our right. To the left there's a small stream and then a forest patch, which I think is one of these buffer zones. Normally there are such areas where streams are in order to protect the water. Beautiful scenes all around. Just look at this. So beautifully done. And they have used these curves of the mountain to the maximum effect. And tea is growing so healthily and looks so beautiful. Another look at it. Span from left to right so that it gives you more detail as to how they have managed this terrain to the best. Alright, let's get going. This is the road that we need to go uphill. You can see there is a mobile bakery coming our way. Here comes the mobile bakery. Anybody needs any roast pan, fish buns, kimbula buns and all these things. More beautiful views of this Lakshapana Estate, which has so many subdivisions like Valamale, Upper Division and Hamilton. Today we are going to see the Lakshapana Estate and trek all the way to the Valamale tea factory, which I've been referring all this time as Lakshapana tea factory, which in fact belongs to the Lakshapana Estate, but it is called as Valamale Division and Valamale factory. We are on our way towards the Lakshapana Estate. We are actually in Lakshapana Estate. You can see the surrounding views. What you are seeing in front is the Lakshapana Sports Club ground. But technically it's a marshy land full of water, so I don't think any sport is being played here. But you are looking towards the Hamilton Estate, which is as the highest point in Lakshapana Estate, one of the subdivisions. There are so many estate workers busily going to begin their day's chores. Let's see if we can spot some of them. Look at this beautiful view, folks. Absolutely out of this world. You can see this tiny small ground like place in the foreground, then the tea estate, and in the background is the Sripada mountain rising up into the sky, a clear blue sky. We are actually on our way to the Lakshapana Estate, Valamali Division Pond, but we couldn't help stopping here to take a beautiful picture. Sadly, there are a bit of an ISO in the foreground, so let's try to get closer to the Sripada mountain and take another beautiful video. I guess this is just a spectacular view. Look at those beautiful tea estates down below, then the forest patch, and up into the sky. Partially hidden among the clouds is beautiful Sripada mountain, 5th highest in Sri Lanka, 2243 meters. Just amazing. This is probably the most sacred and worshipped mountain in the world. We are getting a glimpse of the lake that we have been looking for all this time in the middle of the frame. The sun is towards that side, so the view might not be so glamorous. Let's go close by and take a look around. That is such a beautiful place. Just look at this. Absolutely first class. We are on our way towards Lakshapana Pond. I wonder if I should call it a pond or a lake. But whatever it is, it looks so beautiful from the distance. And you just saw a glimpse of it in the distance. We are just trekking downhill along this state road, minding our foot because the road is a bit slippy due to the overnight rains. And you can see the Lakshmanati Estate all around. Going to give you more panoramic views of this lush green landscape, looking out of this world. Tea estates can be highly rewarding treks, providing you can find the right estate and the right time. This is still early in the morning. The sun is lighting up the sky and its golden rays falling on these beautiful green tea estates. There are some nice mountains in the background, these tall trees in between the tea bushes. All in all, people, this is a view made in heaven. This is Lakshapana Estate at its best. Right, you can see the lake now right in front of us, so I'm going to slowly walk you for a little bit so that you get a sense of the place. And there are some tea workers plucking tea leaves over the lake, so we might be able to get a view of them as well. Alright, I'm going to stop you here. Wanted to give you this view also just before we hit the lake. You can probably make out Sripada mountain to the left of the screen beyond these trees. You can faintly make it out through the branches, but I'm quite fascinated by this greenery. You can probably hear the birds chirping in the background, busily looking for their breakfast while we enjoy the beautiful Lakshmanati Estate. Alright, let's take a look at the tea pluckers. Right, you can now make out the tea pluckers in the distance, looking very tiny. You can probably make them out and hear some of their words also. They're chatting among themselves while busily plucking the tea leaves, which makes Ceylon tea the finest in the world. In fact, Lakshapana Estate makes one of the best tea, not just in Sri Lanka but also in the world. This is the Lakshapana Tea Estate Pond. We can even call it Falamale Pond. You can probably hear the tea workers. Can you make out whatever they're saying? Because I'm not very good in Tamil. Lakshmana Pond up close. You can probably hear lots of chattering in the background because estate workers are doing a lot of talking while going on their tea plucking. You can see the tea hill in the background. This is the Lakshapana Estate Pond. You can see there's a nice beautiful hillock in the background, and there are tea patches below that, and they are coming down towards the water level. And the beauty is that all the reflection of the tea estate, the trees and the mountain is on the water surface, because this is a pretty placid lake, so you get some beautiful views. All in all, just an amazing sight. So beautiful and very well designed tea estate, and it looks as if a painter has taken great care painting this beautiful picture for you. This is the Lakshmana Estate Pond in another angle. Looks so beautiful and glistening in the morning sun. There are reflections of the trees all over the lake surface. You can call it a Lake Placid. So beautiful. This is the view of surrounding mountains from the Lakshapana Estate lake. You can see the lake to the right, the estate road on to the left, the estates and mountain into the background. Lakshapana Estate Pond. Different view, but the same beauty all around. Okay, we are taking our leave of the Lakshapana Estate Pond, going back the way we came, but I couldn't help showing you this beautifully lit tea estate while the sun is behind us. Absolutely breathtaking. Just look at this view, folks. Along the tea estate, looking towards the distance, where the path is lined by these beautiful tall trees. Let's zoom in, and it must give you a fantastic view. It's really difficult for me to hold the camera like this without shaking it, but I couldn't help giving this beautiful view. It looks like a golf course. Just an amazing sight, a great find. Another view of this beautifully maintained tea golf course. Unbelievable. This is the tough day-to-day life for the estate workers. You can see the load he's carrying. It can't be fun. So the living in estates is a struggle. Though it looks so beautiful to the outside world like us, it's really a tough time for these people. Look at this window to the heaven. It is just amazing sight. I couldn't help showing you this as well. This Lakshapana estate has so much to offer in terms of landscapes and views. I think I can spend a couple of days here just looking at this view, people. Great pity that we have very little time. This is the view towards Sripada. Now you can see she's slowly clearing up for the photograph and the video. This is the Lakshapana Sports Club, or the ground of this estate. Valamale tea factory is close by. I hope I'll be able to go and take a couple of pictures and a short video clip for you to enjoy. Let's get closer a bit. Looking so beautiful now. And the tea estate, forest patch, cloud patch, and the Sripada mountain. Absolutely wonderful, people. Looking so beautiful. Another view of the tea estate and the mist and cloud covered Sripada mountain over the Lakshapana tea estate. Going to give you a small panoramic view of the Sripada mountain, tea estate, forest cover, and this ground in front. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, people, we are just going in to have a look around the Lakshapana tea estate tea factory. This is called as Valamale tea factory, but unfortunately we can't go in, only have a look around from outside. You can see the map of the tea processing complex and the office to the left and the tea factory to the right, and the board and the entrance also to the right. Let me pan you around a little bit more, and then you can see the beginning of the tea factory, and to the right is the tea processing center. We want to try and buy some tea if possible, because this Lakshapana Estate produces one of the finest tea. Okay, let's go and have a look around. Hopefully we should be able to get some good view of the tea factory. This is the map of the tea processing center complex. Let me try and zoom in a bit. Alright, let's go in, people. Beautiful Lakshapana Estate, here at an elevation of 1260 meters. Looking so beautiful and out of this world. You can see the Lakshapana Estate Tea Processing Center and the entrance to the factory premises. Sadly, we can't go in, people. This is the Lakshapana Estate Tea Factory. This is also known as Valamale Tea Factory. Unfortunately, we can't go in, so you have to be content with this view, people. This is the tea factory from the other end. There's a lot of background noise also, please ignore that. This looks so very well maintained, and the aroma we are getting from here is just incredible. So we are going to buy some tea now that we are here. So they have just reopened their operation for the public like us. So we are going to buy a kilo or two of fresh tea. It's just incredible what you can see, and as well as the aroma you can get. Sadly, people, you only have to be content with the view. Aroma is for us. You can see the Lakshapana Estate tea factory. There's plenty of background noise. Try and ignore them. The office is to the left. Let me show you that also. There is the office. We are just waiting for our tea. This is the firewood and the vehicle park. The firewood is nicely stored to be used in the factory, and it is also used as a vehicle park, the designated vehicle numbers. Let's go in and have a closer look, people. They have very well stacked, making a bit of an art in itself. Okay, a closer look of this stacked pile of wood ready to be used at the factory. This is another look of the same pile of wood. Let me give it from a different angle, and you can see the wood is nicely packed, making an art. The same woodshed from another angle, looking so beautiful. But once again, I hate to see trees have been cut down just like this, but it's part of the game. You sometimes have to manage these resources well so that you don't destroy the environment completely. I hope that is being practiced at Lakshapana Estate. Beautiful tea estate of Lakshapana. Okay, people, you can see beautiful Gavaravilla in the far distance above the tea estates. That road up there leads to the Moray Estate and then Fishing Hut, another beautiful tea estate. And you might have seen my Gavaravilla video previously. That's also one heck of a journey. Managed to visit that twice. But today it's all about tea. We are heading back towards Dalhousie after completing our journey. Okay, people, we are going to wrap up our journey to this beautiful, insanely beautiful Lakshapana Estate. There were a couple of divisions: Lakshapana Estate, Valamale Division, Upper Division, and Hamilton Division, and Hamilton Estate rather. But we only managed to visit to the Valamale Division and Lakshapana Estate. We also went to the factory, you must have seen by now. We also went and saw that beautiful Lakshmana Estate or Valamale Pond and many other things. We got so lucky to buy some fresh tea from Lakshapana Estate. I can't wait to go home and taste it. The aroma was just fantastic. That is something people like you who are watching this on YouTube can't experience, I'm afraid. Anyway, thank you for being staying with us. I hope this was some insight and you enjoyed the beautiful views of Sri Lankan tea estates. Sri Lanka, another producer of the world finest tea, Ceylon tea. So we'll also once again meet another trek like this. Until then, stay safe, take care, and cheerio.